Earlier in the programme I visited Loch Ryan oyster fishery, but alas wimped out of tasting one. Well, in there, Nick Nairn is preparing to force feed me.
When you've got native oysters as beautiful and as fresh as this, it's almost a shame to cook them. A little bit of lemon juice is all you really need. Doogie, you just don't know what you're missing. However, I do appreciate that most Scots aren't overly fond of eating raw fish, so here's a really simple and quick way to cook them. This is a variation of the classic oysters Rockefeller, and I've got some spinach in a pan here, and I've just wilted it down in a little bit of butter, and I'm going to put a little bit of that in the bottom of each of the shells. The oyster then is returned to the shell and sits on top of the spinach. Now these can be done well in advance and just finished off under the grill at the last minute, so they're quite good for entertaining at home. I'm going to make a crumb topping using a bit of chopped parsley, maybe a tablespoon or so, some fresh breadcrumbs, maybe 3 tablespoons, and some freshly grated Parmesan, about 2 generous tablespoons of Parmesan in there. Mix the crumbs round together, about a teaspoon of butter over the top, maybe 2 teaspoons of butter. Mix that through, and what the butter will do is help to bind this together and give you that lovely sort of golden crust as they cook under the grill. Ooh, about a quarter of a lemon zested in there. And now I'm just going to spoon the crumb mix on top of the oysters, like so. A little bit of seasoning, just a tiny touch of salt, not too much because the oysters themselves are quite salty. A little bit of freshly ground black pepper on there. And I'm going to sit them on a tray of sea salt so they stay nice and upright when they're under the grill. And I've preheated the grill to maximum, and they're going to sit about 1 inch away from the element. Now these will take about 3 minutes under the grill. We'll get a nice crisp crumb coating on top, and the oysters will be just cooked through and no more. Perfect for somebody like Doogie, who doesn't like his oysters raw. So Doogie, you wouldn't eat them raw.
No.
So I have cooked them for you.
Delicious.
A
delightful.
little variation on oysters Rockefeller, bit of spinach, the oyster just cooked to no more, and a little crispy crumb topping.
Okay.
Now is your chance.
Oh yeah. Well, straight away you're not getting a mouthful of sea, which is what I don't like.
Yeah. But you still get the creaminess and you got that iodine kind of oyster flavour, which works really well with that crunchy topping, that lovely little spinach thing at the bottom.
Oh, that's fantastic.
I'm going to take this cooking up.
You should.
I really should,
I think it'll work for you. There you go, you've turned me round completely. I'm into this now, big time.
Fantastic. We just need to go back up Loch Ryan and get some more native oyster.